What's up, guys? It's Benny. Okay, here we go. This is it. Donald Trump has confirmed that Joe Biden is a robot or a clone, and there's no such thing as a Joe Biden. We've been waiting for this day. Let's freaking go. Yes, this is happening. For years, this channel has speculated that something's horribly wrong with Joe Biden. All of the evidence was right there before your very eyes. It's been pretty clear. They've put it on tape.
We fight inflation.
They've released videos like this.
Can't be pro-insurrection and pro-cop. Bringing down gas prices is a big part of the job. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-democracy. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-American. And here's the good news. Gas prices have dropped every day this summer. That's more than 40.
Okay, so it's like not the same guy, right? Is what we've been saying for a long time. That the dilated pupils, the different hairline, the different ears, the different skin color, the different tone of voice. Like, what changes his voice exactly? Something's horribly wrong with Joe Biden. And we were the only people to see videos like this and to deeply speculate. In fact, the corporate media played this video. Here's a clip from CBS where the reporter, the White House reporter, can't figure out which is the real Joe Biden.
Ask you about.
You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-cop. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-democracy. You can't be pro-insurrection and pro-American.
This is on CBS.
Donald Trump
Look at
lacked
the CBS
the
logo.
courage to act.
So what did you think of this one?
He didn't blink.
Not at all, right?
So that suggests it's fake.
This one's actually real. Like that. And yes, he didn't blink for the whole 17-second clip. And when this actually surfaced about a year ago, there were conspiracy theories and people thinking that this had to have been a deep fake. The reason that we can tell that this one is not a deep fake, we really need to rely on the source.
So they're clowning themselves now at this point, right? It's not just me. It's the entire corporate media saying, hold on, well, like, is this a fake person? This doesn't look like a real person. This looks like a robot. Then we get photos like this, where you can clearly see that some type of machine has been strapped to Joe Biden's face, right? So it's like, what is this? Some speculated it was a ball gag, right? And that Jill had a bad night. But others were wondering, or Obama, right? Michelle, get out of the White House. You don't live here anymore. The point is that, like, we see Joe Biden with a massive strap on his face. He went and did media appearances with this strap line down the side of his face.
You guys didn't report. I'm winning. Five in a row. You guys only look at the New York Times. They're a great paper.
Look at the face. Who cares what he's saying? What he's saying is utterly nonsensical. But look at the lines down his face. Some machine has been strapped to Joe Biden's face. Now, they came out and said this was a CPAP machine. This is a machine that Joe Biden needs to breathe while he's sleeping. I'll let you be the judge of that. It's just really weird that the guy running the country needs a machine to sleep. And then you add up all of the behaviors that Joe Biden has engaged in that aren't human, right? Like the eating of babies. Doesn't make any sense. You can see how the human mother here to this baby is like looking on in pain and peril, and the child is screaming and is shrieking as Joe Biden tries to eat the child and then tries to unwantingly touch the child again. Now we have reports breaking just a day ago that Joe Biden was so bad that he got lost in his White House closet, according to whistleblowers inside the Secret Service. Comes a report emerged of the former president's cognitive decline. Senator Josh Hawley saying his Secret Service told me that Biden used to get lost in his own closets in the morning in his house. The guy was stumbling around in the White House residence, couldn't find his way out of the closet, says Josh Hawley. Welp. Joe Biden did walk like a robot. There's no other way to, but you just can't explain this. Right? There's no human being of right mind or stature or health walks like this. Joe Biden does walk like a robot. And many people have speculated that. Joe Biden does things that, of course, are nonsensical as he walks like a robot, like something that no human being would do. Here's a Secret Service, like, just mortified that Joe Biden just decided to walk into the bushes. You remember seeing videos and clips like this and just saying, like, what the hell is wrong with this guy? what's going on? It defies human explanation. He's eating kids. He's walking like a robot. He's refusing to follow the Secret Service instructions. He's got machines strapped to his face. He has two, there's video of him like clearly looking and sounding different. Like, you can look at these poor Secret Service agents. They don't know what the hell's going on. Nobody really had a good explanation other than the guy was deeply, deeply sick. Well, President Trump now has an explanation, and I'm going to present it for you. Here we go. Trump shares theory that Joe Biden died in 2020 and was replaced by a clone. President Donald Trump shared a bizarre theory on social media that Joe Biden is a clone. The Truth Social post, or a robot, which has essentially gone viral, stated bluntly that the former president of the United States has been dead for years. There is no Joe Biden executed in 2020. Biden clones or doubles and robotically engineered soulless, mindless entities are what you see, wrote a user. Trump did not add any of his own commentary to the post, but simply amplified the wild theory. Almost immediately, social media erupted with supporters and critics grappling with the surreal suggestion. We all knew something was completely off, says one commenter, although Trump said repeatedly that Joe Biden was shot. Others revealed the uncanny nature of the moment. Wow, President Trump just retruthed this. Others claimed, I cannot believe President Trump just retruthed this. Well, there you go. The truth is finally coming out, people are saying. Daily Mail going with the whole like two Bidens thing. Oh, and it's not just the Daily Mail, and I'll show you the post here. This is the post. This is President Trump. The other explanation here, I guess, would be that Donald Trump just liked this photo, right, and put this photo up on Truth Social. But here it is. This is the post. There is no Joe Biden. Executed in 2020, Biden clones, doubles, robotically engineered, soulless, mindless entities are what you see. Democrats don't know the difference. So you'd have to assume that Donald Trump knew that he was putting that out there. He was putting that out. Daily Mail, big-time corporate media entity, going with the whole like two Bidens thing. And what's interesting is that Jake Tapper, in his little book tour here with all of his reporting on Joe Biden, says there's two Bidens.
One of the things that emerged was that there were two Bidens. One was the fine Biden, serviceable, adequate, and the other one was a non-functioning Biden, and that's the one we saw the night of the debate.
So there's two Bidens, says Jake Tapper. He goes on to explain that. And so from Megyn Kelly's show, you can go watch it. Which Biden is your favorite? Which Biden clone is your favorite? Mine was the ballsack chin clone. Lots of memes now on the internet. Oh no. Ugh, my nightmare. Fuel is right there. Joe Biden in 2020. He gone. Libs are losing their minds, of course. 25th Amendment would seem mandatory. Sunday shows ask the GOP if Biden was cloned and executed. Please make my day. This one is really, really something else. Get a load of this. In light of President Trump's post about Joe Biden being replaced by robotic clones, now would be a good time to watch an episode of Inside Job. The opening scene unveils a shadow government's plot to replace the president of the United States with a robot. That can't possibly be true, can it? Oh, yes, it is. Liz Crokin bringing the receipts here. In 2021, Inside Job premiered on Netflix, which is an adult animated comedy set in a world where many conspiracy theories are real. The opening scene is the first episode dedicated to how a shadow government plans to replace the president of the United States with a robot. We went ahead and watched this. This is insane. I've never seen this before, and it shows like some type of like operation, like the operations of the deep state, where they're cloning people. There's lizard people. They're controlling the weather. There's satanic sacrifices, and and then they have this big reveal where they're cloning the president of the United States, replacing him with the robot. They've replaced the president of the United States with a robot. So here you go, ladies and gentlemen. Here's that opening scene, and I'll let you decide. You be the judge.
Ground rules. First, no more vodka for breakfast.
Oh, come on.
You can't tell people that the government isn't real.
But it's not.
Dr. Ridley?
Can't talk
talk about shape-shifting reptiles.
Good morning, Senator. Revenues and,
Can't tell people the weather is controlled by Gerald from accounting, or that the Dow Jones is controlled by blood sacrifices.
shares of J.P. Morgan Chase up 14 points! Wow!
Rules, rules, rules. When did this become such a boring place to work?
Morning, Dr. Ridley.
Hi,
Steve. Fucking brown noser.
And most importantly, you absolutely cannot tell people that we are replacing the president with a robot, okay?
Ah, don't be so uptight.
Uptight! You almost exposed the deep state because you wanted a ride to Wetzel's Pretzels! You're lucky I called the snipers off! Gary, no! No! Ha ha! Save it for stand-up night, Gary! Shit, I'm late. Hey, intern guy, take my dad home. If he gives you any trouble, don't be afraid to lightly tase him.
Do it. I fucking dare you. You know who I am? I'm Rand motherfucking Ridley, and I used to run this company.
And soon, I will be running it. Nothing higher than a 3! Later, Dad!